All right, hey guys, here we are, hole number 6. Going to take a look at this one. Not sure what we're going to do here. Typically, hook slice seems to be the method. I may be able to just go Quasar here. Another good option is probably actually Katana. So Katana is going to allow me to really side spin this, maybe 3 and full side spin and only 3 top spin. So I'm going to play off the right of my bullseye. So that's where I'm using my aim. And then I'll typically do about 2 stacks on top. So there's 1, here's 2. This should be in the ballpark of what we need. So far, so good. So far, so good. And you can see with the extra side spin, it actually keeps you out of this rough. So it is pretty good. One of the things you may want to do is, from my aim, maybe come in a ring or 2. As you could see, it was very tight. The only other thing that you could do is take off just a little bit of power. So especially if this wind gets up a little bit tough, if it gets up a little bit tall, 5 wind, I may have clipped the rough there. And, to counter that, you can just drive the ball shorter, for instance. So if I was to just go orange on the power, I could essentially take off and wouldn't need to change the ring adjustment. It would just land a little bit shorter, which would still kind of put me in the same ballpark. So, length really isn't, we don't need the length. We could be 10 yards farther back. It's really not going to punish us. Biggest thing about this is we'll just have to hopefully get lucky and not put ourselves in between a tree view from where we wind up. So let's take a look. So far I am in the trees. So another thing that you can do is you can go Saturn. I may need to go over there. It looks like I'm going to need to. So I'm going to need to come right in here. So I'll need to figure out where Min Club is. I'm very close to Min Club here. I'm going to try to cheat as close to the tree as I can because I'm going to put some curl on anyway. So it's really not going to be all that close to the tree. So I'm not too worried about that. So here I'm going to come in maybe with just a little bit more than 3 backspin. And as I mentioned, I may need just a touch of curl. And I'm thinking just a little bit more than 2 rings. Touch of curl. Caught a great ball. Clip the rough. It looks like I short hit it. So watch your short hitting because that should have been perfect and I landed short. So that's the one thing. But again, you might not wind up in the same spot. You might not put yourself in that same scenario. So just because I had to hit the shot like that doesn't mean you will. I'm just trying to show you kind of the best way that I would try to navigate it in that situation. But you got to make sure that you don't short hit it. I had to have not put that ball deep enough I would have been able to do it had I not needed to curl it. I would have just put it into the center of the shot circle, which would have, the only problem is I think I would have missed like left edge if I would have done that. Now here, what I'm going to do, if I do make this mistake, I'll essentially just put it on the front here and go for perfect ball. This should easily roll out into the cup. It's just going to come down to perfect ball timing. So there you can see it does roll out. So mistake doesn't end up costing me, but it's just one of those things that, it takes away my hole out. And you don't want to put yourself there. If you can avoid that area, you'd kind of like to do so. I have no idea if that guy made it, but I don't want to sit around to watch whether or not he did. So we're just going to move on to the next one. Good luck with that hole. Hopefully that setup works for you, and I'll see you guys on the next one.